Welcome to Reality of the Rose with your host, Allie Sprink.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 192 of Reality of the Rose. I'm your host, Allie Sprink. Allie, welcome.
Thank you.
Happy to have you again.
Thank you.
If you are watching, we have a really weird background. We
we look like we're being held hostage.
We have this thing on the wall, which I just realized has no pictures on it, so it looks real strange.
For anyone that can't see it, it's literally like a hanging shelf, but it's like...
doesn't have anything on the shelf.
Yeah, and it's also just kind of looks like a horizontal line on the wall.
Yeah.
And then we're sitting in there's like a really old bed frame made out of wood and has like grandma swirls right here.
This was our first bed, Allie. This was mine and Dad's first bed together.
Ew.
So well, I didn't talk about us in the bed together.
So gross.
And then we have the bathroom off to the side here.
Yeah, there's been some really interesting backgrounds for me for the last few days at work. You have to be really careful about where you answer the phone because there's like massive animals hanging off the wall. And then one of my coworkers that I know well, but like he doesn't know me that well. I opened like a video and it was like the two pictures of like cowboys and then like a cowhide behind it or a horse, whatever the fuck it is. And he was like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So I just started like literally putting my background on Teams as like, you know, those fake backgrounds that like look like someone else's apartment. Like that's what I've been doing here because
I hate those little because your face is all.
I know, but also
around.
Like, and this is no offense to you guys, but you guys are like walking around in the back, like getting ice, and like I'm like, okay, and everyone's like, so.
I'm so tempted sometimes to go, Allie's mom. And if you're wondering why, it's because we are in Idaho. In case
we're in a kidnapper's basement.
Who is old
and letting us do a podcast.
I mean, why don't we have pictures on that thing? Why is it just
on the wall? Fell off because of the like bathroom door.
Don't you think though that like the people that stay here, because we Airbnb this house out.
Yeah, I think they're like, what the hell is that?
They're probably like, why don't they have anything?
It's really interesting.
On the
decor.
Shelf. Why don't we just take it off?
This is the room full of.
This is bad decor in here. No offense.
There's a photo of deer, and elk.
And even if you're gonna have a picture of deer, that's like not the picture that you.
That one used to be in his office, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Anyway, regardless, we're getting
this definitely doesn't have the feel of me in this.
Well, it's Western,
house.
like it's like
the living room's pretty good. I think the living room. I like the cowboy canvas in there and that horse canvas.
Yeah,
I like
and that wheel.
Too. Yeah,
I like that.
The wheels and those vases that had like the little chunks of wood on them. I think those are cute. Anyway, also a little piece of housekeeping. So if you are a regular listener to the podcast and you ever listen to the very end where I have my little mantra of be calm, be strong, be kind, be grateful. I have just opened up a little Etsy shop and it is under BeAnythingBy Natalie is my store name. And
she'll drop the link in the description.
Thanks. And I have t-shirts that have that little mantra on it. Yep. I have crew neck sweatshirts and 2 different kinds of t-shirts.
More shit to come.
And so go buy stuff.
Have you checked if you got any orders
I
yet?
have not. Would they tell me? They would tell me. Wouldn't I get an email?
I don't know if you get an email every time you get an order. That seems like, what if you're like, orders? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I'll check tomorrow. It's kind of like when I coached volleyball and I never looked at the scoreboard. Remember that? I never looked at the score. It's kind of like that with this. Like I just don't want to check.
Yeah, and then when you post an Instagram photo and you don't want to see if everyone comments.
Right, or likes. And then I want to go in there in a week and there'll be like 20,000 orders.
Yeah. I was going to say 500,000.
Oh, well, between 20 and 500,000.
Totally.
Okay, so we are here today to do a couple things. We are going to recap 2 weeks. We meant to recap last week's Bachelor in Paradise, but we just didn't get around to it. We were here in Idaho again last week. We got here last Tuesday, and it is Tuesday again. Just didn't have a chance.
Here for a week.
I know, it seems like longer, right?
Yeah.
I think it does. And we didn't get a chance to record. So I figured by the time this weekend came, we might as well watch 2 episodes and recap it. We're also going to discuss a little bit. We have binged. It's kind of our habit when we all come out to Idaho. If it's just our family, that we have downtime in the evenings and we all just watch TV for a few hours in the evening. And it's when we really get a lot of binging in. So we have binged 2 shows already on Netflix, and we're going to discuss those a little bit too.
I've also read 2 books.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Since we've got here, including on the way out here?
No, I'm almost done with the second one.
How? When do you read?
Fast reader before I go to bed.
How long do you?
I also read like 3 hours on Sunday.
Tell everybody what you're reading.
Okay, here's the bad part about having a Kindle is I don't constantly see the title of the book whenever it's like laying on my nightstand or something. Like I don't, and also whenever I open my Kindle, it just opens to the page, so I never see the title. So the one that I read last was called One Italian Summer. It was really popular last summer, and it's about a girl who goes to Italy right after her mom died and her experience there. And she like meets the younger version of her mom. Ooh, it's really good.
What's the genre of it?
It's like coming of age, and then also there's a little romance in it, but it's more like character building type shit, you know?
Okay.
And then the one I'm reading right now is Rebecca Yarros, who wrote the Fourth Wing series, for any of you who know what that is. And it's called The Last Letter. It is so good. Every review though is like talking about how heartbreaking and gut-wrenching it is, which it is really sad so far, but I have a feeling that something really upsetting, and I think I know what's going to happen is going to happen in the last, like, I'm literally like 85% of the way through the book. So but it's really good. I would highly recommend.
What's its genre?
It's like romance, but then also there's like a family element to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about like a single mom raising twins and running her own business, and like everyone in her life dies all the time.
Ooh.
Like her mom died, her dad died, her brother died, her grandpa died, whatever. It's really good though. But I will say, for anyone looking for a book to read that is like, it doesn't matter if you're a big reader, small reader, the book Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid was literally one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. Yeah, and I'm not even being dramatic. It's the same author that wrote The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six, The Malibu Rising, and all of those books. And it's kind of formatted in a similar way, but it's about a woman who is in NASA and is one of the first women actually to go up into space in the 70s, I think it was. And there is like a touch of a love story, but it's mostly about like her experience in like NASA and what she has to like give up and what she gained. It's so freaking good.
Is it even loosely based on any a true story?
I don't think. I don't know. Maybe it is. I have no idea.
Because Daisy Jones and the Six was loosely based on.
It's supposed to be Stevie Nicks,
right?
Like maybe.
And wasn't Evelyn Hugo loosely based on somebody too? No.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who it would be based on, but either way, it's got to be one of the best. But I've read it in literally like a day and a half. It was so good.
I feel like it's been like top 5 on the Amazon book list for quite a while. And I keep looking at it, and the cover throws me off. If that sounds weird, when I pick a book, I always look at the cover.
I know.
And the cover kind of, I don't know. It makes me think, I don't want to read it.
I know. I totally agree. And I didn't want to read it. And because I knew it came out and everything. And I actually didn't read her last book, which was called Carrie Soto Comes Back or something like that. And it's about a woman tennis player. And my roommate said it was so good. And we actually have a signed copy of the book at our apartment.
Really?
And But I have never read it because like the cover just looks like I wouldn't like it.
Yeah,
but that's ridiculous. Don't judge a book by its cover.
It is.
Because it's literally...
Wow, is that why they say that? Don't judge a book by its cover.
This is the cover for anyone that can... Oh.
Yeah, that's definitely not it.
That's not it. Let me see if I can find it. It's the first one. It's like a girl
with her head back, and sunglasses on,
and she's like watching a rocket launch. It's really good though.
You know, I look at that cover and I think, oh, I think it's a he and it's a guy in an 80s rock band. Yeah, that's what that looks like.
Yeah, that's not it though.
But it's
a woman in the 70s.
Isn't that weird? Yeah, that a cover can do that for you.
It really is.
I think that's why, maybe that's part of the reason that I like Frida McFadden's books, because I like all her covers are like, ooh, that looks like it could be good. I'm
on a journey on my Goodreads to read 40 books this year, which is a lot.
Well, I am currently reading The Women by Kristen Hanna, and I'm a big fan of her books. Also, as a side note, if you haven't heard, she is making her most famous book and her best-selling book, The Nightingale, into a movie where the what's her last name? The
Fanning sisters.
The Fanning sisters are starring. And first of all, if you have not read that book and you're a book reader at all, you have to read it. It is so good. All her books are really, really, really good. There's not been one of her books that I don't like. But The Nightingale, by far, I think it's in my top 5 books ever.
It's a really good book.
I definitely think I want to read it again because it's a lot to it. And I definitely want to read it before the movie comes out again. But The Women is really good so far. I'm about a third of the way through only though. But this one is about a woman who, they're all kind of stories about women finding themselves and empowering and that kind of thing. Every single one I've read so far, but it is about a girl who was kind of brought up in the South and had a really strict upbringing back in the 70s-ish. Came from a rich family, well-to-do, and she just felt like she wasn't helping at all. And the Vietnam War was going on, and her brother went and was killed. And before he was killed, she had decided that she was going to go join the war as a nurse. And then they got word that he was killed, but she went over anyway. And so right now I'm in the midst of her over there being a nurse during the war, which is awful. And she makes these 2 best friends. And then I think a lot of the book after this is about after they go home after the war. I think but her brother died. Same thing. There's a bunch of people that she gets close to while she's at war that end up dying. And anyway, it's really also very good so far.
I bet there's a lot of good books to read right now.
I want to get, what's the one The Wedding People? The Wedding People. I want to read that
one's
next,
pretty good.
I bought that one, so now that one's next on my list.
Carly, I know you...
What's the one about lies?
It's called Listen for the Lie. My coworker told me about it, and it was really good. That's
my one after that, then.
Yeah.
Because I bought both of those so
far. I feel like a lot of authors came out with books authors that I like came out with books this summer, so I've been reading those.
Okay, so anyway. 13 minutes in, you've learned all you need to know about the books you need to read for the rest of the summer into the fall. Yeah. Can you believe that it is August the 5th? Oh, it's my mom and dad's anniversary today. They've been married for 58 years. Happy birthday.
My God,
Papa. Okay, so again, if you didn't listen to last week's episode, I will reiterate that Allie does not usually watch Bachelor. She hasn't watched Bachelor.
Does not like.
Well, she doesn't really, but don't you feel like since you watched it the first time, it's gotten a tad better?
Yes. The episode I watched was terrible. It's been a little bit better. I didn't love this week's. I liked last week's more. Was my favorite episode that I've watched so far.
Last week was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I at least it made me pay attention the most.
Right. So let's go couple by couple. I feel like that might be the easiest way to go, because it's kind of hard to. I made notes on last week, but we just real quickly. Last week's episode, Faith arrives on horseback. She's another golden. Um, but other than that, first let's talk about the Birds of Paradise little challenge from last week.
So weird.
So what I think is that Paradise is doing its best, honestly, to be like Love Island. They do these weird little challenges that are Love Island-esque, but not really even remotely like them. And
Dishwasher.
no, it's the washing machine.
Damn.
Yeah, it's loud. But they had a Birds of Paradise challenge, and the guys were dressed as birds, and then they were supposed to come in and dance in front of the women who were also dressed like birds. And they were, I don't even remember what the challenge part was.
It was just
they were
who had the most chemistry, when they were like dancing together.
Well,
and like Wells and Hannah like picked who they thought went the best together.
Okay. Right. Oh, that's right. And actually, Wells.
Like, seriously.
It's really loud. I don't know if you can hear that if you're listening. If you can, sorry. But Wells was actually the funniest part of this whole challenge. He was. I kind of complained about him on the first recap I did, but actually this was the funniest part. But the grossest part of this is when...
I already know what you're going to say.
Well, it's disgusting. Like, they made...
You hate the old people.
I don't hate the
Kissing
old
the young
people.
people.
I don't... Well, who doesn't? Do you like it?
Well, I don't like it, but it doesn't bother me that much. It's like, live a little, you know?
I don't know, but also initially I forgot this part. Dale does a body shot off of April that I just can't do April. I just can't with her. The other women, I don't mind at all. And maybe April's a lovely person in person. I just think she's way too aware of the cameras. Maybe that's how she is. Maybe she's just that way in real life. But I can't with her. I just cringe every time I see her. But who did she kiss in the Birds of Paradise?
Jonathan, wasn't it?
No, I feel like it was Sean.
Oh.
Wasn't it?
I don't even know who Sean is. I'm so bad with names.
Anyway, okay. Let's go couple by couple here. So, let's just start right here. So Brian and Parisa. I think he's a dick. He is a triggering type of personality for me. I think he seems super condescending. Now, that being said, I think Parisa is being a little bit needy.
Who is that?
Okay, so Brian is the guy that looks like he's from the mob.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, and she's the one that has like bright orange cheeks all the time.
I don't really understand what's going on there. I feel like she's like, I want to like get to know you better. And he's like, I don't really do that. And she's like, but I'm falling in love with you. And he's like, sometimes your compliments are too much for me. And she's like, I'm just so confused, like where I went wrong. And I'm like, I don't really know what's going on.
No, I agree. I think it's definitely confusing, but the part that I did not like was on last episode where they were in the pool and they had that date together and she wanted to kind of get to know him. And she's like, okay, let's get to know each other. What's your favorite color?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not answering
that. He was like, we're not in kindergarten.
I'm not doing that. I'm not answering that.
She
was like, oh, just like, what do you? No, I'm not answering it. I'm not answering that question. And then he pouted. He leaned over the pool and pouted.
Yeah, and then they showed in this episode them having a conversation while she's like fully topless in the bed after that.
Yeah.
When they were sleeping that night. And he like was the same way. He's like, why are you being so sensitive? And she's like, I'm just trying to like talk to you.
Yeah. He is,
I think she's really trying to make something work that's just like not going to work. Like,
I feel like
he does not want a relationship with her.
I agree, but I also think this is like an extreme situation of the guy wants a piece of ass and you would think would do whatever he had to, but is like taking it overboard. Like he is just wanting to get into bed. She's at least wanting to talk a little bit. He's not even wanting to do that. No. I don't know. It's very strange. It definitely feels like he only wants a rose at this point to stay on the show. But I just don't like him. I think he looks like he is, you know, like I said, part of the mob. It's strange, but I'm not a big fan of hers either, for being honest. So, but they also performed horribly. They were the ones that performed. They didn't get one of those questions right on this episode where they had to do that high or low question, where they had to guess the question. Mm-hmm. They did not get one answer right.
Coming. That's like not surprising at all because he literally didn't even want to talk about his favorite color.
Right.
So
that's true.
They're definitely not talking about how much money she spent on an ex-boyfriend's birthday gift. Like, come on.
Right. So, but basically, like, spoiler alert, and jumping to the end, they did get saved. They ended up making it through to next week's episode.
Yeah.
Andrew and Alex, we honestly don't see them much. This is what I don't like about Paradise. I get that it's all about the drama and that's what you need to see, but like I also would like to see a little bit, even if it's not dramatic, even if it's just like funny conversations, or if it's I don't know, them on a date where they're getting to know each other or something. But Andrew and Alex are a good couple, but we don't ever see them because there's no drama. Alex is a little bit on the cringy, weird like side, but I really like her a lot. Spencer and Jess are the same. We literally never ever see them except
I don't know who any of those people are.
Yeah, well, yeah, Alex is the one that I said reminds me of like the Amaya of this episode. She has all the tattoos, little tattoos and the long curly hair.
Okay.
And Andrew was on actually Katie Thurston's season. He well, anyway, doesn't matter. But they just don't show them. That's why you don't know them, because they never show them.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Bailey, they are another one that is so like I can't figure him out. He's the one that called Susie, and he was on an off mic moment where he thought he was off mic with Brian in the room, saying that if he could just have Susie there, he would totally choose her and probably propose to her. Like, what are you talking about? But yet he and Bailey are supposed to be, according to everybody else there, one of the strongest couples. And he acts real into her while they're on camera.
Oof, she's going to hate to see that when the season's over if they're still together.
I know you hate when I do this, but I was listening to the Vile Files today when I was running, and she is going to be on this episode. So I can't wait to see what she says. Dale and Kat. Like, that guy.
He's so annoying.
He is annoying, and I love Kat so much.
I like her, and I think, like, there's no way that ever works outside of Paradise.
Never.
So it's like, if they're just, like, trying to have fun as a couple while they're in Paradise, I guess that's fine. But I hope that she's not, like, seriously considering dating him outside of it.
I agree.
Because he sucks.
He does suck. He's got a really inflated ego.
And a bad attitude.
Yeah. And he also, I think, has led her on. They made a point when they were talking, and she said, "I've not kissed anybody else since I've been here." And he was like, "Oh, I have." And
I know. And she was like, "Yeah, that's fine." But I was like, why the fuck did you say that?
Yeah. Anyway, Sean and Alicia, God, I don't know. Just when I'm naming all these couples off, I don't even really.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even
Here's
care.
the problem: is like, why? First of all, there's too many of them. Second of all, it's like.
That's true. There is.
You need to give each person somewhat of a storyline for people to really care. That's why Love Island works so well, is because you know each of their personalities individually. the only drama that we've seen for the last 3 episodes has been Jonathan and Kat, what's his name? Dale and Kat, and Brian and Parissa. But if you would have told me who's Brian and Parissa before all of this drama, I would not have known. And then what's the girl that just came in?
Oh, Leah, Jonathan and Leah?
No.
Alicia.
Yeah. Yeah, she, like...
Sean is the one that looks like the Ken doll.
Yeah.
And...
Oh, God, I'm getting all these... Like, this is the problem. I've watched 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And I only know, like, 2 people.
You actually are so right. It is, there's too many couples at this point. When they made the announcement, Jesse finally made the announcement that we all knew was coming, that that no new people were going to come in anymore. And they were going to start doing couple challenges. And the challenges would work so that there were couples that win and couples that would be like in the bottom 3. And if you're in the bottom 3, obviously you run the risk of leaving paradise. But the top ones will have a chance at winning $500,000. Up to, did you hear they said that too? Up to $500,000. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering what that means. However, it's making it be an interesting twist. And the first challenge that they did was actually, for me, entertaining to watch. I kind of liked the questions that they were asked because, like, in this scenario, it makes me like they said, so does Kat think that you should spend higher or lower than $350 on her for her birthday? You know, it was questions like that. Or, you know, what is their body count? Or how much should you spend on an engagement ring? It's kind of fun to interact and guess what they're going to guess.
Yeah. Things
like that. So I was actually entertained by that little challenge. So I hope they do more of that. But this is where the show is now taking on kind of a different look from the former Paradises, but it's reverting all the way back to Bachelor Pad, which you don't remember. That took place probably shortly after their Bachelorette started, and there was only 2 seasons of it, but it was really good. And they did it just like this. It all took place in the mansion, and they had people that were on previous seasons just all come in, and they did competitions, but they also, like, whatever, coupled up. And there was a cash prize at the end too. And I can't remember if then they had to decide if they were going to split it or if they had some kind of decision to make, that one, like Love Island, where one person would walk away with it all or not. I can't remember that, but and even Jesse actually referred to Bachelor Pad, which I thought was kind of interesting that they referred back all the way to that. However, so I didn't mind that. I actually, on this episode, was almost entertained more by the Goldens than I was the Youngs. And I don't know why. Because we had, my knees hurt.
Fucking Gary with that.
With the chip game?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a real dumb decision.
I liked him too. Like, why he got all of the questions right. Why did he bet all of his chips on a question he did not know the answer to?
I don't know, because he
ended up going home.
He only had to bet 1 chip and would have been at the top still.
Yes. And instead, he literally went home.
And the question was, how many times a week do you think a couple should have sex? A married couple should have
5 or less. It's like, who's saying more than that besides a 24-year-old boy?
Especially being a 65-year-old man and woman. I'm telling you, that ain't happening.
Are you kidding? That's an insane thing to say.
Yeah, it was very insane.
Like, what? Anyway.
But she actually said 4, which I was like, damn, girl.
I know, right? But oh God. That pissed me off. I was like, that's so annoying.
So
Gary, I liked him.
So Gary and Leslie ended up going home.
Yeah, because of that, essentially.
Yeah. So they had the person. So the women had the roses. So the people that won that challenge, the girl of that couple, got to pick
2 of the bottom 3 women to give roses to, so that they could save their partner too.
Exactly. And we totally thought, Allie and I did that. So Bailey was the one who got the rose and could give the 2 roses out to 2 other women. And we totally thought she was going to give them to Faith and Leslie, both of the Goldens, and would send Brian and Parisa home, which was what I was really, really, really hoping for.
Yeah, and I honestly even thought, like, the one that she did send home would have been my last guess.
Leslie and Gary. Yeah, me too. Kim and Faith.
They only knew each other they only were together for a day.
24 hours. Yeah, they were only together about 24 hours.
I don't know. Her reasoning was like a very Love Island reasoning of like they deserve to have more time, and then we're going to send the stronger connection home.
Yeah, totally.
Which still never makes sense to me because that's not the fucking point.
Right.
But whatever.
Well, and I don't understand, if you think that you really have this connection, why can't you just date back home? Of course, maybe they live in different places.
Do you like these clips?
I do.
I got my mom fruit clips from TJ Maxx. This one is a grapefruit. Then there's a lemon,
a kiwi,
and
a watermelon.
So cute.
They're so cute. So is TJ Maxx. But I'm not a big Leslie fan either. I'm a bigger Leslie fan than April. So I didn't mind seeing her leave, but Gary's quite entertaining.
Yeah, I liked Gary. He was sweet.
But in the end, Gary and Leslie went home, but so did Nancy, April, and Natasha. They all left Paradise.
Which I know what you're thinking. Who are those people?
Yeah, we know who April is.
Except I do know who Natasha is because I loved her. She's the one that always wore the chair earrings, right?
The chair earrings, yeah. And was danced all the time.
And you might have thought I said cherry. I didn't.
Yeah.
I said chair.
Chair.
She had
earrings.
multiple earrings with just chairs on them in different colors.
It almost sounded like you said cherry rings. Cherry rings.
No,
but
chair earrings.
Yeah,
I liked
literally
her. She
in
was
every
nice.
single
I liked her
shot.
undercut or whatever she had going on there. I liked her little ponytail on top of her head. She had a great attitude.
She danced.
all
over
the
place.
time. She was so nice and fun.
I loved her so much.
I don't know how man didn't fall in love with her.
I don't either. Nancy, I like her okay, but I was really glad April finally got to go home. Sorry, April. I'm sure you're just a wonderful person, but I just have I had difficulty watching her on the Golden too. Okay, so
enough of that.
Yeah, let's see. Was there anything else that we need to talk about? What else happened? I don't think there. Oh, I do want to address how Jill left on the last episode. Do you remember Jill? She was the one that Jonathan was with, and everyone called her, says she's so funny, and that was the only thing they said about her. But she got such a huge goodbye that I did not understand that part, to be honest. I mean, no offense, but like they spent almost 2 full segments on her leaving. And I was like, just get on with it. Again, that's another complaint I have about the show. Like, let's see some more of the couples. I want to know. The thing I feel like I'm missing on this show is that I'm still not invested in any one person, because I think they're still Bachelor in the sense that it's all seems a bit superficial. Mm-hmm. There's things that I like I feel like a lot of the people are less aware of the cameras. I feel like I'm getting natural reactions. I'm getting real conversations. I'm getting like joking around. I like all that stuff. But what I want to do is hear, like, I want to get to be invested in these people, so I'm actually rooting for them or not. And I don't feel like I know anyone, because you just said it a while ago. There's too many of them at this point.
Yeah, they're also not building people's... They think that everyone knows who these people are from the seasons, so they feel like they don't have to build their characters out. But if they want this to be a standalone show, they have to, like, make you more attached to the people in the show. I'm not attached to anyone. I don't give a shit if any of them go home.
I'm not either.
Like, even if my favorite person, which would be Kat, maybe, went home, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Right. I know.
Next thought.
the other thing that I bitched about already about this particular show, even though they have made some vast improvements and it's really better than the last few seasons, is when they bring new people on and they're gone within that same show. I mean, when you're wasting that whole show on this person that's just going to leave and not letting me get to know another person that's going to end up staying through the whole show. I don't know. There's still some things that they need to work out. And I'm kind of getting tired of the little like taglines underneath their names. I mean, they're funny.
I haven't laughed at those once.
They're like cute, but it's overboard now. I mean, it's really overboard now that they are trying too hard to be funny. And like last night, Gary, they kept doing like, I don't even remember what they were, but they need to not do shit like that.
Job it is to think of all of those.
Also, you know what I kind of think is weird is that they do those things, but almost every time they do those little taglines under their names, it's like kind of sarcastic, making fun of them. And in my opinion, when the show themselves, the show itself is making fun of the people on it, it's almost making you feel like, oh, these people are such idiots that the show even thinks they're idiots. So why the hell am I watching this show? I don't know. I think it's just a strange thing to do to the people that are your leads on the show, is to kind of give them like a fool edit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not on board with that either. Okay. Anything else? I feel like we covered everything and we need to.
Yeah, please no.
Okay. So now we are going to talk about, we have binged 2 shows. One of them is called Untamed. These are both Netflix shows. One of them is called Untamed. The other one is Hunting Wives. Let's start with Untamed. We're not going to give away any spoilers on how they end. We're just going to kind of talk about the show and the characters. Okay. Untamed was the first one we watched. So that one was 6 episodes, I believe. And it's a series. They already have said that another season's coming out. Initial thoughts, Allie?
The acting was horrible. Like, really bad. I think one of the best actors in the whole show was like a 4-year-old.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Seriously, and that she's not exaggerating. That really is true.
But here's the thing: is I cannot claim to be a girl that doesn't watch shows with bad acting. I honestly feel like sometimes my favorite shows are the ones with bad acting, not because of the bad actors, but because the plot is usually like my kind of speed. I thought this show was going to be scary, and because let me give you a short synopsis of what it was about. It was about within the first 5 minutes of the show, it opens with these 2 people rock climbing, and then a girl flies over the side of the cliff that they're climbing and lands in their climbing rope, and she's dead. So then that opened the whole can of worms. How'd she die? Where'd she die? Was it connected to anything else? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like this guy, this investigator that works with the park rangers to like figure it out. But he has his own set of problems. Whatever. I honestly thought the character development for everyone was pretty good. Like, there was a lot of characters, and honestly, like, you knew a lot of their backgrounds and like had side lives without going too far away from like the actual plot. Most of it came back to be relevant.
I agree. I honestly think the writing for this was good.
You know what wasn't really relevant though?
What?
The park ranger's ex. Like that was just like, no, the girl park ranger's ex.
Oh yeah, I thought he was gonna well, I don't want to give anything away. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of just her side story, and they kind of wrapped that up.
Yeah.
Whereas I thought it wasn't going to be wrapped up.
Yeah,
and I thought it was going to work into the ending.
Plot
line, yeah.
Because everyone else's story worked into the plot line.
Right.
Which it was somehow connected to the girl dying.
It's like one of those movies where, like in the first 3 episodes, it feels like there's 5 different kind of side storylines going on, but in the end, they kind of all wrap together and are intertwined.
I'm also usually the type of person that if I'm watching a movie or a show and like 4 episodes in, I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. Like, I'm really confused. Like, I keep going, like, I keep asking questions. Like, for example, why did he just say that? Why did she just do that? Why is he there? Why is she there? Like, I fucking hate that. I hate that. Like, I hate when you don't get any answers and the whole time you're confused until the very end. Like, I do not like that.
Okay.
That was not how this was, though. Like, I wasn't, like, yes, you were confused on, like, why she was dead, but there was other parts that, like, it felt like you were figuring out little pieces of it.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, oh, maybe she did it because, or maybe she killed her because XYZ. Maybe, like, he killed her because, like, all that. So I thought they did a good job at that.
They did. And the way they kind of did that was at the beginning of a lot of the episodes, they would kind of like go back in time and give you just a little glimpse, like a 1-minute glimpse of something that happened like prior to this girl being killed that gave you tiny hints of what it might be. And I thought that was good because it was just enough to make you go, oh, maybe, but it wasn't so much that it spoiled it.
Uh-huh.
And also, I thought the ending was a really good twist. I did not see that coming.
No, me neither. I didn't either.
I mean, I thought that was good as well. I also thought...
You also, you know, not to cut you off.
No.
But you know, whenever in shows like that, sometimes the answer to the question is like a random character who you're like, oh, why would it have been them?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, we're really just... You tried too hard to make people not suspect them. I didn't necessarily feel like that in this show.
I didn't either.
Where it was like, okay, yeah, I could see that. But, like, I mean, it was a little bit like there was no signs pointing to this answer.
At all.
Which, like, sometimes I like there to be a couple of signs so that you can, like, feel like you were figuring it out. But I didn't feel blindsided. I felt it was a good amount.
It was satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was satisfying.
Which, this plays into the next show that we're going to talk about, where... Like, remember, like, 2 episodes in, I called who I thought it was going to be at the end, and it was right because of just the vibe I was getting.
It was just a vibe you were getting, and it was never like you ruled the person out.
Yeah.
But yet, still, at the end, when you find out what happened, you're still kind of like, whoa.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, I didn't know exactly why or when or how
it came about.
But I do feel that.
Yeah. But back to Untamed for a second. We talked already about, so there was like the main character is Eric Bana, which I just looked him up because I knew I'd seen him and stuff. I didn't think he was that bad of an actor, but he's been in a lot actually. He's been in, The Hulk.
Troy.
The other Boleyn girl, Black Hawk Down, Deliver Us from Evil, Dirty John. I mean, he's been in quite a bit. I think.
John.
Do you not recognize him?
No, I don't recognize him.
Well, I did recognize him, but
I did not. I think he was like too intense in this role.
Maybe, but he's like a
Finding
bigger name.
Nemo.
He must have been a voice in Finding Nemo. Didn't know that, but his like assistant, the woman park ranger who helped him, she was terrible. Like you said, you could have gone on. However, for whatever reason, I got to like her. Like I
liked her.
The writing that they had for her, like they gave her really good lines. She just didn't deliver a lot of them like some people could. But I ended up liking her because of her storyline and just because of her relationship with him. It was weird because even though it had bad acting, you and I both would be like in the middle of the day go like, I can't wait to see the next 2 episodes of Untamed.
Yeah.
Even though it had some bad acting. Yeah. Anyway, so it's good. I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would
I mean,
recommend
why
it.
not? It's 6 episodes. Like,
Now, this next one you might have heard, and maybe even watched it already too, but it's called Hunting Wives. And wow, it's wild. It is wild. It has several much more recognizable people in it. It's got Brittany Snow is the main character. Malin Ackerman is the other main character woman in it. She was in 27 Dresses. She was in Couples Retreat. It's Brittany Snow.
was
been
she
in
in
Pitch
Rock of
Perfect.
Ages?
Yes, she was in Rock of Ages too. Yes, she was. And then we have who was her husband? What's his name?
Oh, I don't know.
Dermot Mulroney. Is that his name?
I don't know.
Anyway, he
I
was
just
in
know his face.
he was in Shameless. He's been in
He's like in everything, but
He's
like
in
you
everything.
can't actually name what he's in.
Exactly. He's like a secondary character in everything. But he's in it. The woman from This Is Us, the sister in that is in it.
I recognized the blonde friend too. I just I couldn't remember.
What's the other friend that's in Scandal? What's her name? She's in it.
No, Quinn from Scandal. I don't know her name.
She's in this. But anyway, it's got a lot of good people, but the basic premise of it takes place in Texas. The main character, the couple, is a guy. They're all wealthy. They're all wealthy individuals who live in Texas. The whole show is mostly focused around this group of friends, this women group of friends. And the main character, Malin, her name is Margot in the show, her husband is going to be running for governor. Then it starts actually though with a new couple who is Brittany Snow's character, Sophie, and her husband and child move into Texas because he's going to work for this guy who's going to be the governor. And he's rich in and of itself anyway, but they come in and Sophie and Margot end up becoming friends, but Margot takes her under her wing and puts her in her group of friends. But they all have baggage, secrets, and you learn about all that baggage and secrets as the show goes on. There's lots of hooking up of people between marriages. There is cringy moments, in my opinion. I just still don't like it. There is Margot, who is 45, who is hooking up with an 18-year-old who is still in high school.
Well, you're
And
fucking spoiling it.
I know I'm not, but I just had to tell that one part. But you know what? If you get offended by things like that, give it a chance.
There's also lesbians.
Yeah, and there's also
Warning. Some people need a warning. Not me, but some people do.
There's also swinging.
Yeah, like there's like full like girl on girl action.
Full girl on girl
just
action.
know that before you like sit down and watch this with like grandma and grandpa.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. It's definitely not for the faint of heart.
Well, and not even like even like sex, like whatever, like fine. That comes with so many shows and movies, but like everyone is doing something fucked up. Like everyone.
Yeah.
It's like if you're not like doing drugs or like cheating on your husband or your wife, you're like a narcissist or you're like a child predator or like you have killed someone or like it's like no one in this town has like a sound conscience.
Right.
It's insane, which I know is obviously dramatized for TV, but like they're also like a friend group. Like imagine if in your friend group you had one of them who was like two of them who were like swinging together, one of them whose husband is running for freaking mayor and whose brother is like a drug addict, and then also is hooking up with an 18-year-old. Right. One of them killed someone. Another one killed someone. Another one killed someone.
By the end of the show, several people are dead in this town.
It's literally insane. But it was, again, one of those where
but the kind of the main like storyline that is like the who, because there's also a whodunit in this, and there's a girl. It's
very similar. It's the first scene.
The show is the very first scene of the show is a girl crawl. I'll just say this because you'll see it. The very first scene of the show, a girl crawling through the woods at night, has already been shot, and someone's chasing her. And all of a sudden she's shot again. And so she's dead.
Again, so terrifying.
The thread, though, through the entire thing then is basically who killed this girl.
Yeah, but it's not scary. Like, that was the scariest part of it.
No, that is the scariest part of it.
It's not scary at all. It's just like...
And they do a lot of also going back in time. Because, like, this girl that is... Well, I won't say that because that might spoil it. But
it's one of those shows, kind of like Shameless, where... you watch it and you're like, surely that's not what they're gonna do, and then it was
right.
Like every time I thought, like, there's no way they're gonna like.
It's not quite as bad as Shameless, but it's like
but like where you have those thoughts, and you're like, oh, okay.
They'd also do a decent amount of flashing back to give you like some explanations about the characters. And things too, which helps.
I hated the main character, Sophie.
Oh, Sophie, you didn't like Sophie?
Well, like, I like Brittany Snow, but her decisions pissed me off.
Especially towards the end. Man, 11.
Like, the girl just kept doing
stupid
shit over and over and over and over and over again, and it's like all like literally 3/4 of the things she did could have been avoidable if she would have just like thought through her actions, like. 1%.
It was all in the name of like finding herself, which was kind of crazy.
While she's like married with a kid, it's
right.
like maybe you should have like. I don't get it. I don't want to ruin it, but like, maybe you should have killed someone and like cheated on people before you like got married and had a kid. Like, I don't know what to say.
It is. It's wild, but it's really good. It's really good. It's really like things also happen. Especially the last two episodes were like, whoa, like a lot happened in the last 2 episodes. And you think it's like they've solved one thing, but then they have all these other things to solve. And also, like, this isn't really a spoiler, but there's not a clean ending. Just so you know, it's very obvious.
Set it up for season 2.
They'll definitely be setting it up for season 2. But absolutely worth the watch. Just know ahead of time that there are steamy... probably, I don't know how to define the things that are on the first, like, kind of was weird, I feel like, for Allie to be watching it with her dad, even.
Yeah.
So,
but he didn't watch the whole thing.
But
he
it's
only
good.
Watched one episode,
but it's good. It really, I definitely recommend it. All right. Well, what else? Do you want to at all briefly, what do you think about Kenny and,
Janae.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
I'm so disappointed in Kenny because we're watching the After the Villa
but we have a theory. We have a theory that, I mean, they're definitely like done filming now, probably, but we think they're going to do like a Secret Lives of Mormon Wives type shit where they bring the cameras back to like talk about a situation, and I think they'll set it up for season 2 to be going into season 2 talking about this breakup. But I don't think that they'll be shy about exactly what happened. And I think that's maybe why she's not exactly just coming out and saying what happened, is because they want her to keep it for the show.
You think so?
I don't know. Like, she basically said what happened. Like, everyone has basically said what happened. I just think we'll find out the full story. Like, if not on like a sit down TikTok, it'll be on that show, because it's not like she's not going to say what happened. Like, she's already that bridge has already been crossed.
The only reason I wonder if they'll do that, or the only reason I think they may not do that, is because, like, so for instance, with Vanderpump Rules, that happens, and that's when Scandal happened, and they picked up the cameras. But like, it was known that they picked the cameras back up and like filmed again. And I have not heard yet, not that we would, but I would think that might have gotten picked up by now.
We don't even know that filming wrapped on that.
But what about the part, though, is that they all moved to LA just to film the show. And then, like, they all got temporary houses. Not all of them, because
I know,
some
but
live
you don't
there.
think that they would pick up the cameras and just go to Houston? Like, they definitely would.
I hope they do, because
there's no way. There's like 8 people that are starring in the show, and 2 of them just had a massive scandal. There's no way
they would actually be crazy if they didn't take advantage of this.
They are definitely going to.
I mean, I feel bad for Janae. Like, I feel so bad, and I hate that this is like someone's real life, and we're being like, oh my God, pick the cameras up. But it would be definitely make good TV.
But the reason I want the cameras to be picked up is because I want her to run his ass into the ground.
I want to see I want to know exactly what he said. I mean, we have heard rumors that I didn't see it, but apparently her best friend came on social media and said that the things he said that she read on his phone were things like, I would never actually want to date a Black woman. I
thought I'd be making more money than this.
I thought I'd be making more money than this. I thought that something about carrying on with this for a whole year has been like crazy. Whatever.
He's basically, to quote Leah, a clout demon.
Clout demon. That absolutely should be a new
That has said
phrase.
Also some like vile shit about her, about Janae, who is like, again, I don't know her personally, but she seems like the most wonderful, positive, funny, lighthearted person, kindest person ever. So it's like, fuck you, Kenny.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say.
I'm so disappointed, because even at watching this, although they've said weird
maybe
things,
a podcast will get a tell-all. Who knows?
Absolutely.
I doubt it, though. I bet she's under contract with Peacock.
Nick Viall will get it.
Well, he can't get it if she's under contract.
If anyone's going to get it, he'll get it, I betcha. But what I hate...
She can't violate her contract.
I know she can't. But what I'm saying is that if she is allowed to go on a podcast, I'm going to say that she'll give him the interview.
If he could do it, she already would have.
Yeah, that's true. She would have.
Like right now. I mean, I don't know when her contract ends, but she would have done a podcast by now, I would assume.
Yeah.
Or one of her friends would have.
She went to Call Her Daddy, too. That would be another really good one to do.
Yeah, that would be good.
But the thing of it is that not like in retrospect, it's easy to see this, but it is weird that like Kenny did not want to get an apartment with, like, they live literally down the hall from each other, but he did not want to actually live together.
I think the next episode there looked like there was a weird heated conversation between them too. So
yes.
I'm sure that fire will be fueled.
It definitely will, but before the show came out, they showed that clip as a teaser. And Janae actually went on her social media and was pissed about them using the clip that they do, because she was like, this clip makes it look like we are having trouble and that we're not okay. And that is not true at all. We're fine. Like, she was pissed they used that clip. So I was obviously before all this happened. So I think they're using that teaser. I think that teaser is kind of out of context.
I know, but I wonder though if that conversation like presents any like red flags.
Oh, I mean, knowing what we know now,
thing did.
And maybe she'll even watch that back and say, "I'm so stupid."
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope she gets her justice.
The new episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty comes out tonight. It's Conrad's POV. It's an hour and a half long. For those of you who care. Personally, I care more than I should, and I'm really excited.
Also, and just like that, Carrie, Sarah Jessica Parker, and MJK, MLK, not MLK, MJ, Patrick, Michael Patrick, MPK, announced that officially, and just like that, will not return. The end. I know we've talked about it. I know that people hate the show.
Let's close the yearbook.
But if you are a true fan, you will watch it no matter what. And I am still sad to see it end, because I love those girls, but they were just not the same. And I respect it, but I kind of am sad. I'm not going to lie. So I need to watch the last few episodes of that yet too.
You're going to have to do that one on your own. I'm not watching that show.
You wouldn't watch one more episode with me?
I would maybe watch one, but I'm not watching 3.
I bet Grace would. Grace, you'll watch it with me, won't you? Yes.
I love Sex in the City. I just did not like And Just Like That.
I know.
No one did.
I did.
Besides you.
No, there's other people that are sad to see it leave. Okay. Well, thanks, Allie. I don't know. So this will be the last time Allie's with me for a little while, unless she joins me from New York, because she's leaving on Friday. She's leaving in 2 days, 3 days. We're not leaving till next week. So I don't know. I'll be coming at you sometime next week. I'm not sure with what content and when, but I will be there. Don't forget to check out BeAnythingBy Natalie on Etsy. And
she'll drop the link in the description.
Thank you. Until then, be calm, be strong, be kind, and be grateful. Bye.
Bye.